we can look at the bets, the prop bets, and try to
Ooh,
build what we think would be a surefire hit for this Super Bowl. So I have the prop bets pulled up here, Casino. There is a printable one courtesy of FanDuel. Just give me, I'm just going to ask you these questions and we can
you got
talk
him.
about them.
I love answering prop bet questions. Let's do it.
The first question is, will the national anthem be longer than 120.5 seconds?
Who's singing
So
it?
I do not know. I do not know who's singing it. But again, the national anthem, 120 seconds
Well,
means
I
they're
need to know
saying
who's singing. I need to
a
know who's
little
singing it.
over a little over 2 minutes.
I
And
need to
by a
know who's
little,
singing
I
it.
mean the
All right, you make your pick
smidges.
because I'm gonna find out who's singing it first.
I think it's got to be over. I feel like you're doing the Super Bowl national anthem, like you really go for it, right? If I was doing the national anthem, I'd try to stretch it out to 5 minutes. Hit every note I could, every high. I'd pause, I'd get the crowd into it, and then I'd go right back into it. You do the one pause before the final like finale. It's got if I'm taking over all day. There's no way it's not over 2 minutes. I mean, come on.
Well, how
Uh,
long is the national anthem in general?
I don't know. I don't know. But I just know that when I watch sporting events, I'm constantly like, why are they still singing? How is this taking so long? So if it was under 2 minutes, I feel like I wouldn't be saying that.
Got it. So it is.
National
It's John Batiste.
Oh, is
Um,
that the guy from the Colbert show? Isn't
mm,
that I feel like that's that guy. But yeah, I don't know.
let's see. Hold on. I
The
see. These are all things you got to know, man. These are all things you got to know. I got to know the length
Well,
and.
it's not like I'm not dropping a grand. I'm not like dropping, uh the average okay, so here we go. The
Yeah.
average national anthem length at the Super Bowl is 103 to 115.6 seconds or 1 minute and 43/55.6 seconds. However, the length of the anthem can vary widely from 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 36 seconds. So you go and
I'm gonna go under.
under. I mean, now that it's put like that, but again, the line is set at 2 minutes. If it averages between a minute 30
Two
and
minutes point.
2:36,
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 5. Going under.
you really think like people are going to lose grand on if it goes 2 minutes point 3 and then they're just going to be like there goes my
Yeah.
Super Bowl. There well,
Yeah.
how many also
That's how
falls
prop
into the
betting works.
this falls into the next one. What will be result of the coin toss? It
Um.
is There is never a coin toss that loses people more money than this one on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It is
The coin toss is gonna be heads.
You know what? I'm gonna go tails. I really feel it in it.
Is that because you think it never fails?
Yes. And even though isn't it
No.
statistically like heads hits 51% of the time or something like
I'm
that?
always I'm always gonna choose heads because of my boy Matthew Slater calling that right in the Falcons Super Bowl in overtime. He called heads. Patriots got the ball. They went down. The rest is history. Greatest comeback of all time. Matthew Slater, my hero. Heads all day.
Next up is a thing where it says who will win the kick of destiny 3. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Is
So
that a but then I
that's
looked it up. So
that's
go
the
ahead.
thing that Gronk keeps missing,
Yes.
right?
Well, this year it's not Gronk, it's Peyton and Eli Manning will face off in a field goal kicking competition. Each kicker will attempt a 25-yard kick. If the first kicker makes it, the second kicker is given a chance to tie and so on. So,
Do
I
they
don't
back it
know.
up at all?
No, it's 25 yards for
And it
Peyton
just
Manning
keeps
and
going and just keeps going and keeps going?
yeah, for Peyton
So
Manning
I'm
and
gonna go
Eli
Eli.
Manning.
I'm picking Eli.
Yeah, but then
Well,
again,
the reason I'm picking that is because if it goes longevity, if they kick it and they keep like say they both get 2 rounds in, I'm gonna go with Eli with the younger leg. I'm gonna go with the age, and I think that Peyton might have a hard time. I mean, you see him in those commercials. You saw him in that cookie commercial, man. The Nestle's cookie commercial. He's like sliding around, man. He doesn't look loose. He doesn't look loose. He doesn't look like he can kick a football, man. I'm
I
going Eli.
I will say, this is my argument. Peyton Manning was around in his playing days much better kickers than Eli Manning was because name one kicker Eli Manning played with. You can't. I have no idea. No idea. Name 2 that Peyton Manning played with. I can do it right off the top of my head. Mike Vanderjack, because remember that was when he yelled at him for being an idiot
Yep.
kicker, and
And
then
then my
also Adam
and then
Vinatieri.
my favorite player of all time, Adam Vinatieri.
So that logically, I'm going with Peyton Manning because he had to have picked something up.
Well,
Eli
guess what?
Manning,
I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Eli has 2 Super Bowls. Ugh.
Peyton has 2. Peyton has
Peyton
2.
won
He
oh,
won
god, he
that's
didn't win
Colts
that
and the
Super Bowl. That was all Von Miller. That was Von Miller's Super Bowl.
Hey, it still shows on the stat sheet that he won two.
Dude, Peyton couldn't throw the ball more than 20 yards, and even then, it was short. Oh,
That's true.
dude. Oh, dude,
But
that
hey, again, on the stat sheet,
I
it
have
still says it.
no love or hate for the Broncos, but I am so happy Von Miller won that because he was just insane that year. And that's
Yeah.
that playoff run, he was the only person everybody was talking about. That entire like, oh, Peyton Manning's that quarterback. Guess what? Von Miller's come back out on defense. Yeah, Von Miller. I was like, oh yeah. And he's still doing it, dude. I really want him to go and win another one with Buffalo.
Well, didn't he win another one? Wasn't he on that Rams team? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
I
You might
don't know.
I maybe.
All right, Casino. Next up. So those 3, we've differed on all of them. Next up, which team will score first? Kansas City or Philadelphia?
Oh man. I'm gonna go Philly.
I think Philly too, because I feel like Kansas City wins the coin toss and then defers. So they get it in the second half. That's how I think it's going to go. And then I think Philly goes right down the field. And this it leads into our next one. Who will be the lead at the end of the first half? I think it's got to be the Eagles. I feel like in every Super Bowl Kansas
Mm.
City has played, they've been down by 10 points at halftime.
Yeah, that's a good reasoning why. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Philly as well.
Will Kendrick Lamar play more than 10 and a half songs? At least 10 seconds of each song. There is no way in hell he plays more than 10 songs.
No,
There's no
and
way.
there's no way. And I think a lot has to do. Is there any knowledge of whether or not he's gonna have guests out?
Oh, no, because those are always like surprises, right? So I'm assuming he'll have Eminem. I'm assuming he'll
Right.
have
Okay. So you do
yeah.
that, and that's gonna cut into your song time because that yeah. So it's gonna be under.
I wonder if you can win this on a technicality. What if they do 11 songs, but it says specifically, will Kendrick Lamar play more than 10 songs? So I wonder if that's the whole group, whoever he like brings up, or if it's just Kendrick Lamar himself.
Right.
Like
That's my yeah. It's a gray
if the
area, in the prop bets here.
oh, the next one is yes all day. Will Kendrick have any special performances other than any special performers other than ZZA?
Yeah.
100%. Yes. There's no question. If you vote no on this and this is the one reason you lose the prop bet sheet, you deserve it. If you
Mhm.
think it's just going to be those 2 the entire halftime, you're out of your mind. Also, or did you also agree that Philly scores first?
Yeah.
Okay. Which team will have the ball to start the second half? Obviously, I go KC for that same
KC.
logic. With will both teams score in the third quarter?
Yeah.
I also think so. Also,
100 100%. I think damn near these teams are going to score on almost every drive. It's going to be a touchdown or a field goal.
yeah. And also, I believe Kansas City and Philadelphia are 2 of the best third quarter teams in the league because they come out of halftime, both of them, and just start, slinging it, scoring. I know the Eagles struggled in the first quarter, but I believe the third and fourth quarter, they're 2 of the best teams in the league. So 100%. Will the total number of points scored be odd or even? This is one of those ones where you just this is the crapshoot. This is where you just take a guess. Odd or
Even.
even? I feel like there's a better chance it's even because if it's
I've already
odd, it
said
would
even.
have
I've
to
already
be
said even.
yeah, but we can agree.
Nah.
This is a prop bet sheet casino.
I don't
We have
know.
to get all these. So I'm also gonna go. even because I feel like there's a greater chance of the number being even. But again, that's regular.
I'm just going even because even aligns with heads and tails aligns with odds, like, in my mind.
I like your thoughts. Will the winning coach have Gatorade or water poured on them? Who in the hell has ever had water poured on them?
I don't know.
That's
It's
Gatorade all
Gatorade.
day. Now, the question
What
is
color?
the color. The color is a
That's
big
one of
thing.
that's the one that almost everybody loves and is just, like, on pins and needles for all game. Like, and people are trying to, like, check out the cups and everything, like, see what color it is, and yep.
Yes. I wonder if they close that betting the second the game starts,
Oh, you would
even though it's
have
an
to.
end of the game thing.
Yeah.
Like, because if you're a, if you're a ball boy, why don't you just run over there, lift the
Just
lid, and then
how
just start?
what do you think that, like, it's crazy that it's the secrecy behind that, like, that's turned into a thing that they have to keep real private. Like, they probably have to have guards around that shit.
Yeah. So the color of the Gatorade bath for this Super Bowl is expected to be purple because that's, the color of the Super Bowl logo, or yellow, green, and lime.
It's gonna be
S-
yellow, green, and lime. It's gonna be that color. It's gonna be the fun color that, is the Super Bowl colors this
But
year.
see, now the Super Bowl color thing, I feel like you can take that out of the equation because last year's the Gatorade color was orange.
That was last year.
But that wasn't the Super Bowl
But that was
the
last year.
color.
But that was last year.
But again, the color last year was purple. I feel like everybody, for some reason, wants the Gatorade to always be purple. That's like the lowest odds to win. So, what color are you going, Casino?
I'm gonna go the lime green y color.
You know what? I'm going with my heart. I'm going purple. I want it to be purple, and I want it to be poured on Nick Sirianni, and I
Mhm.
want him to be bathed in purple. All right, last one, Casino. Will a quarterback win Super Bowl MVP?
Um, yeah. No, no, no,
No,
no.
because
It's gonna be either Travis Kelce or it's gonna be Saquon Barkley.
that you're it's like we're connected right now because
I told you because it's gonna be Travis Kelce and he's gonna propose to Taylor Swift and then it's gonna break the world.
hold that thought. Hold that thought. That is
Oh,
a prop
is
bet.
there the actual prop
That
bet of that?
there is a prop bet. We'll get into
Ah!
it right now, but yeah, you can't again, you can't give the Super Bowl MVP to Mahomes again, right? It's boring, it's played out. He's already got, I'm assuming he's won all 3 Super Bowl MVPs all 3 years he's played. I don't know, I don't have that on me. But you have to give it to Travis Kelce because last year you thought when the Chiefs won, he was going to propose to Taylor Swift.
Mhm.
There was no prop bets on that. This year, there was legitimate prop bets that will he or won't he propose to Taylor Swift if they win it? Again, I don't think he will because I think they're going to lose it. But if they do win it, it's got to be Travis Kelce because that'll be the perfect moment to do it, create the meme, viral moment, all that kind of stuff. However, Saquon Barkley is not going to win the MVP because it's either going to be Josh Allen or it's going to be Lamar Jackson.
Oh
He's
man,
going to win.
sorry, I can already see the meme. He's down on one knee and he's proposing to her, and then people swapping that out for refs and
Refs.
Mahomes.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I mean, we can make that image with AI in 5 minutes right now. But why we spoil it? But yeah, so the makeup for Saquon Barkley, he's obviously gonna win Offensive Player of the Year, and I
Oh yeah.
assume he's gonna win Super Bowl MVP, unless Jalen Hurts again has a game like he did the last Super Bowl these two teams played, where he just went ham. Last one, tiebreaker question. What will be the final margin of victory? So by how many points will the winning team win? Win by, I'm sorry.
Oh, 6.
I think Eagles win this game by 10. I'm calling it now. They win by 10. We're going to talk about the fun prop bets now, Casino. This
Gatorade's
one,
not fun?
I mean, that is fun, but that also, there's a lot of money on that. With Taylor Swift, a fun bet, and this is from actionnetwork.com, where it gives you a
16
bunch of
times.
extremely popular Super Bowl bets, prop bets. Go look it up. A fun bet involves whether Travis Kelce will propose to Taylor Swift on the field post Super Bowl with yes at plus 800 and no at minus 2,000. So you're going yes on this. You think
Oh,
that you've been saying this for 2
well,
years.
if they win, it's going to happen. If they win and there's the red and white confetti coming down, oh,
Mhm.
how is it not? Like, she's a big time superstar. He's a big time athlete. Not even a superstar. She's a mega star. She is the person in the world right now over the last few years. And you telling me her that would be the best proposal for her ever, would be up there on stage next to the Lombardi Trophy with confetti coming down with her husband or for her soon to be fiance. 100% all day. It's gonna happen.
Well,
It's
you
gonna
know what?
happen.
I am starting a poll on our YouTube to everybody watching for us. Let us know if will Kelsey propose to Swift if he wins the Super Bowl, yes or no. We will go to the next Super Bowl prop bet, and then we will come back to that in a couple minutes to see what the people are thinking. Uh,
What are you saying? You saying no?
I don't think they win. I don't think they win, so
That's
that
not the
gets
question,
kiboshed. If they win, I also
because
don't
it
think he
doesn't because the
proposes.
prop bet doesn't say win or lose.
That's true, but if he loses, he's not proposing to her. Come on, Casino. Come on.
Well, that's what I wanna know. So, do you do you think that it's still a no? Say they win.
Yeah, it's a no. I don't think he does it because, and only because, he has a podcast, right? That's very popular. Well, he doesn't have a pod. It's not a sports podcast because obviously we're the only sports podcast.
No,
So he has a lifestyle podcast or whatever
with his
podcast he
brother.
does with his brother. Yes, they just got a shitload of money, right? How in the hell has he never had her on as a guest? That
Or
just strikes me as so weird. So it
it's
feels like,
PR. It's PR
but that's what I'm saying. It feels so weird that she's not on the podcast where they can have like a real conversation and then, release it to the
because she's
public. I'm
not
sure
real.
highly edited. Yeah, but it wouldn't be live. It'd be highly edited. And then it would, make all the people be like, oh, they really do love each other and blah, 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 blah. So it's weird to me that she hasn't been on the podcast, which makes me think if he did propose to her, they would do it in like a photo shoot edited thing instead of like an off the cuff Super Bowl thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like, I think it needs to be highly edited.
I much rather Jason's wife on the podcast anyway. She actually knows sports.
Yeah, and she's an Eagles fan, so
Yeah.
she roots for the Eagles. But now we've already done the other fun bets we already talked about casino, except for these two right now, which is oh, and here's some Super Bowl bets based on the Fanatic Sportsbook. 50% of money line bets and 67% of the money support the Chiefs to win this game. So it's basically dead on the middle of the money line, but yet 60% of the big money is on the Chiefs, which again, uh,
Is that
that's
to
fine.
win? Is that just a win or is that to
No, well,
cover
it says 50% of the bets, but 67% of the money. So I'm
money?
assuming the big money bets are going towards the Chiefs. But if you
And
just
this is
put,
just straight up.
yes, that's just money line. In the spread betting, 57 or 53% of both the money and bets favor the Kansas City Chiefs at 1.5. So if people are betting the spread, 53% favor the Chiefs at 1.5, which is, I mean, honestly, there's no way this game is a 1 point game right at the end of it, unless it comes down to a Jake Elliott missed field goal, or missed extra point, which we have seen. So I don't know.
And then the Eagles just keep going for more and more two-point
Tush pushes.
conversions
Yeah,
and
exactly.
get them.
70% of the money and 79% of the bets are on the game going over the total score of 49.5, which has stayed the same since it opened. So it has opened at 49.5. It has stayed at 49.5.
Over.
I think so too. There's no way this is only the total score of this game is less than 50. There's no way, especially with both these offenses. No way. Last two casino for the fun ones. Popular same game parlay choices include, does this happen? Again, these are grouped. So you have to say if you think all of this happens to get this wager. Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown. Kelsey, anytime touchdown. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown.
Hmm. Um. Ooh. Wh- I'm not sure about the Kareem Hunt. I know that he's gonna get more playing time with than Pachenko just because he's done much better as of late. Um, mm, no,
You don't think
no, it's not gonna happen.
that all of them get it?
Yeah,
Now, I was insanely burned last year by the Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown, where in OT they did the shovel pass to him already in the they did it already in the fourth quarter and it didn't work. Right? It didn't work, and then it was, the pass to the flats out in the side that did work. But if Travis Kelsey would have gotten that touchdown, Casino, to win the game, I would have won the biggest bet of my life. So there's no way in hell I am betting any money on Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown, because last year I was like, oh my God, it's a given. They had every stat in the world where it was like the 49ers give up touchdowns to tight ends like every game. And I was like, this is a lock. That was my number one lock. Hit everything else on the parlay except that. So for that reason, I'm
you're
out
out.
on a Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown. I also
You
don't
got it,
think
you got it, Mr. Cuban.
I
You're
also
also
don't
out on
think
Luca.
I also don't think Kareem Hunt gets an anytime touchdown. I think it's way more likely that it's Pacheco instead of Hunt, even though Hunt has kind of taken over the lead back role these past couple weeks. The last one is the top players by money wagered on are Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, Dallas Goddard. So the bet would be, and I'm moving over here right now, with those players, Jalen Hurts plus 710 for 300 plus passing yards. Over 300. Are you taking that bet?
No, under.
I don't think so either. I think that seems like a now again, the reason this is being brought up is because the bet would give you 7-1 odds, right? So it's 7
Mm,
to 1 if you're going over 300. I think even in his best games, we see him pass for 250, maybe 285. I think 300's a lot, especially in a game where I just found this out. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid have never played a team that has Saquon Barkley on it. They never
yeah,
played the Giants
so
when he was on.
that's
So,
that right there is my key. That's what I told you is I think the Bills could have won that game, as I said last week on the podcast or the week before or both, that if the Bills kept running the ball, that they could have won that game. If they were used if they drew up plays for Josh Allen, if they used Cook more, they could have won that game. Take the ball away from Patrick Mahomes. And I think the ground and pound game between Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley mainly, they're going to keep that ball away from Patrick Mahomes enough, not enough to stop him from scoring a shit ton of points, but
yeah,
enough from stopping him from winning that game.
that is true. And also, Casino, overwhelmingly in the poll, it is no. The poll has it has 3 votes, all of them voting no. And that's I didn't vote. So that is the people talking that no, he will not propose to Taylor Swift because the Chiefs are not winning this game. I truly believe that. Uh Next up, Casino, and I've switched over from one to the other. These are the last bets we're going to talk about. Xavier Worthy 50 plus, wait for it, first quarter receiving yards. Do you take that bet? Yes or no?
No,
It's plus 950. So you're basically almost getting 10 to 1 odds.
no,
Over 50 yards in the first quarter.
no.
I mean, that's one bomb. That's one bomb,
That's one bomb,
Casino.
but it ain't going to happen.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
against that defense.
yeah. The Eagles don't give up long passes,
No, they
long
don't.
touchdowns. No. This one is always a fun one. Either
Not with the
team.
exciting whites back there. No.
Which also, did you hear, speaking of, that they're starting Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship are starting a podcast. Obviously, it's not going to be a sports podcast because we're the only sports podcast, but they're going to start a podcast called The Exciting Whites Podcast. So we really missed our opportunity a couple months ago to change this name to the Exciting Whites podcast. But you know what? They earned it. And we're not as exciting as them. We're whiter, but we're not as exciting. Some have called us, I don't know if you heard this or not, Casino. Some have called us dumpy in the
We
past.
are the dumpy whites.
So we could change. And I know one of my friends is in our chat right now. She suggested every time I talk to her that we change our name to the Dumpy Whites podcast. So I mean,
Well, I just reached out to the person I thought that would be. He's working right now, but I was like, "You said no on that. You're supposed to have my back."
but I bring that up to think of another exciting white who is also a heart attack white, which is Jake Elliott and Harrison Butker. Harrison Butker, not an exciting white, but damn proud to be white. I don't know if you've heard his comments. Either team to kick walk-off field goal plus 1200s casino. Are you taking that bet? Walk-off field goal to win the Super Bowl plus 1200.
Yes, that's a big possibility.
I think you put a little bit on that. I don't
Oh
think you
yeah,
put it in a parlay, but as a separate own bet, that's a little spicy. That one's a little spicy.
spicy.
This one I love. 14 to 1 odds. Hertz converts the first down of the game. So a Hertz conversion, and again, this has to be running. So we're assuming it's the first down
No,
of the game is attained by a tush push.
no,
Again, no, but if you
no. It's
pair
not.
this,
It's not gonna happen. No, Saquon would do enough to get a first down.
yeah, but again, you pair this with a walk-off field goal, an end of the game and then the beginning of the game bet plus 12 to 1, 14 to 1, that's going to be spicy. That's going to be I might do that. I might do it. But I don't bet on my team, which is really driving me crazy with the Super Bowl because I see all these bets where I'm like,
I don't bet. I just don't do it
uh, I
unless I
don't
have
know.
cash and I see a video poker machine in front of me in a bar. Then I'm screwed.
Next up, casino. First to 20 rushing yards. Worthy is the choice. It's 30 to 1. 30 to 1.
For worthy? No,
First, yes, they're thinking
no,
of an end around or, we're
no, no.
wildcat situation.
Yeah, no,
I also say no, even
no.
though
Saquon's
it's,
gonna do what he's been doing. He's gonna break one off on his first touch of the game.
yeah.
Would you
But I
lose your
mean,
mind?
oh yeah, especially if he's doing the helmet hit he did against the Rams, I might burst into tears. I might start crying just right there. Next up,
You
the Noah
over or
Gray.
under BJ bursting out into tears, whether they're happy tears or sad tears.
No,
Or
I've never cried if my teams lose. If they win, I've only cried once ever at my team winning, and that was the first time they won the Super Bowl. If they win this time, I've already said this is my favorite Eagles team of all time. I will burst into tears. It's not even a discussion. The odds on that, you're getting there, it's negative 1,000. You're betting $1 to win $1. Like it's over casino. This one, same odds, but I really like it. Noah Gray, the Chiefs' backup tight end, first touchdown scorer of the game, 5 to 1.
I can see that because they might be. I can see that because
Using
they.
Kelsey as a
Yep.
decoy. Yep.
Yep.
I kind of like that one too. Next up, okay. This one is a good one. And these are our last three right here. Samaje Perine, last touchdown of the game, not last score of the game, last touchdown of the game. He
No.
was the one that iced
Yeah.
the Buffalo game. So the odds are 4 to 1. Or no,
No.
sorry, 40 to 1. 40 to 1 last touchdown. No, I don't think so either. But again, that's a little spicy.
Because what it's going to be, because if it's a close game, it's going to go to one of the major players.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This
Because you
one,
get in the Super Bowl, I understand that you could do a decoy, this or that, but you go with your best players in the big game. You
yeah,
have to, because then it's on them. Then it's on them. Then nobody can question you whether or not why you didn't go with your best player in that situation. So no, it's gonna go to somebody else.
I would like to modify these next two, even though it's not the actual bet you can make, because this bet is Hertz, Goddard, Hunt all stat leaders in passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards. So you would have Jalen Hurts, Goddard, the tight end, and then Hunt for the Chiefs, which is obviously a dumb bet. There's no way Hunt in this game gets more rushing yards than
Yeah.
Saquon.
The other 2
But
I can believe. Yes.
that's what I'm saying. You switch out Hunt for Barkley, so it's Hurt, Goddard, Barkley, yards passing, yards receiving, yards rushing. Are you taking that bet?
Yeah.
I think I would
And
take
it's
it
by
if it
position, right?
well, no, it's leading like most receiving yards in the game,
Got
not
it.
for a tight end.
I couldn't do it for Goddard then, no.
No, because Smith has had over 100 yards every time the Eagles have played the Chiefs since he's been on the team.
Yeah,
So
it's not
I
gonna
would
happen, and
take Smith.
yeah, and those out route passes to Smith on down the sideline, it they're all day. I mean, look what Smith's been he's been automatic out there, toe tapping out there on the sideline. The
Yeah.
ball's already out of bounds, and he's just like, whoop, just catching that shit. So, yeah, there's
uh,
there's no way.
so this next one, and again, this is the original question, and then I'll change it to be a little more interesting. Chris Jones, Super Bowl MVP plus 6,500. You taking that bet? No, again, but this is the alternative bet. Anybody, I'll give you those same odds. Anybody to be MVP who's not Mahomes, Hurts, or Barkley. Are you taking that bet? Anyone
Yes.
else besides those
Oh,
three?
100%. I'll put down $50 on Travis.
That was what I was gonna say. I was saying that thought in my head. I was like, Casino would pick Travis Kelsey,
You
and then
wouldn't?
no, because I don't think they're winning, and I don't think he's proposing. I agree with the people. I'm a man of the people. Uh,
Oh my gosh. I
the,
can't you know what? Now I want the Chiefs to win, and I want the
how
proposal
dare
to
you?
happen.
How you of all people are gonna hate it the most when they win and he
You
proposes.
were about to say when they win.
Well, no, I'm saying if they win and he proposes, I can't think of a person who would hate it more than you. That's like that's your worst nightmare right there. You've been talking about it for 2 years. That's your worst nightmare. Um,